Hello, my friends. Did you know that 99% of Americans are not required to file and pay federal income tax? And you probably one of them? Well, I'll prove it to you right now from government's own official legal websites. I am Payman Mutahide, the president of Freedom Law School, which I created in 1996. Let's start from IRS's own 1040 tax form, the 1040 U.S. individual income tax return. Let's focus on the word U.S. That's key. What does the word U.S. mean? And the IRS at its website on the instructions for the 1040 booklet on page 8 about filing requirements tells us that these rules apply to all U.S. citizens regardless of where they live and resident aliens. Now, we're going to go to the regulations of Section 1. Everybody knows Section 1 of the Code, Internal Revenue Code, imposes an income tax on individuals. The regulation for that 1.1-1, income tax on individuals, says that Section 1 of the Code imposes an income tax on the income of every individual who is a citizen or resident of the United States. That's the key term. And to the extent provided by Section 871B or 877B on the income of a non-resident alien individual. Now, let's go and see what this term United States, which is so key, what it means. We're going to go to the website of the United States House of Representatives, folks. Yes, they published all the federal laws on there. I'm going to show you right now from the Internal Revenue Code. All the federal tax laws are right here. Okay, this is about 10,000 pages of tiny font on this tissue thin paper. I got this figured out for you, and you're going to see from this on your screen right now. So here we are from Title 26 of Internal Revenue Code, Chapter 79, Definitions. We're going to read Section 7,701, Definitions. A, that tells us when used in this title. What title? The Internal Revenue Code, Title 26. That's why it's called 26 U.S.C., Title 26 of United States Code. They define many terms. Along the main terms defined, you see in 8, 9, and 10 is the terms United States and state. The term United States, when used in a geographical sense, which is what we want, includes only the states and the District of Columbia, and the term state shall be construed to include the District of Columbia. So that means the United States is District of Columbia plus the District of Columbia, which adds up to, again, the District of Columbia. So United States means the District of Columbia from now on, which is Washington, D.C. I know you're amazed at this, but the Supreme Court tells us we have to go by these specific definitions. Okay? Here it is, folks. The U.S. Supreme Court of Stenberg versus Carhart in 2000 case tells us, and I quote, when a statute or law includes an explicit definition, like the ones you see here, right? We must follow that definition, even if it varies from that term's ordinary meaning. That's right. The ordinary meaning of 50 states is out the window. We follow that. And they continue by saying that it is axiomatic, self-evident, or obvious that the statutory definition of a term excludes unstated meanings of that term. That's right. So term 50 states is not listed, is unstated, so it's not there. And if you have any doubts, this other Supreme Court case of Gould versus Gould from 1917 gives us the final answer. It tells us Gould versus Gould, unanimous tax court case, 9-0 of the Supreme Court, that in the interpretation or understanding of statutes, laws, levying, imposing taxes, in understanding laws that impose taxes, it is the established rule not to extend their provisions, the provisional tax laws, by implication, beyond the clearer import of the language used, or to enlarge the operations of the tax laws so as to embrace or include matters not specifically pointed out. And in case of doubt, the tax laws, are construed most strongly against the government's power to tax and in favor of a citizen not being taxed. Yep. And look, here, the bottom line is the United States means, again, the District of Columbia. Now, let's go back to Regulation 1.1-1. Not only a tax applies to citizens and residents of the District of Columbia, it also applies to the extent provided by Sections 871B or 877B on the income of a non-resident alien individual. Now, you got to understand this, folks. Washington, D.C. is its own country. So anybody from anywhere on the earth, France, Egypt, Japan, Florida, Texas, New York, you are alien to Washington, D.C. You also do not live in D.C., therefore you are a non-resident of Washington, D.C. You are a non-resident alien. So, with that understanding, let's go look at this, folks, okay? So the definition, 7701 of the Internal Code, defines trade or business that's as including the performance of the functions of public office. Federal government workers are involved in a trade or business, not you as a small business owner. And Section 871 that we read earlier noted it's a tax on non-resident alien individuals. Okay, if you go down to B, it tells us in B1, okay, that imposition of tax, a non-resident alien, someone not from D.C., individual engaged in a trade or business, involved in functions of public office within the United States, within D.C., during a taxable year shall be taxable as provided in Sections 155 on its taxable income, which is effectively connected with the conduct of a trade or business or performance of functions of federal public office within Washington, D.C. Yes, federal government workers are involved in a trade or business. They're connected with Washington, D.C. They have to file income tax. Now, folks, I know this is shocking to you, but the bottom line is you got to watch the detailed video at the bottom. In the description of this video, okay, is the longer, more detailed version that answers more of the questions you have after watching this short video. Watch that. Also, a card will come up. Click on the card and watch the detailed version to be free. And go to our website at livefreenow.org and watch the videos on this page and proof that based on U.S. government's official websites, there is no law requiring you, 99% of Americans, to file and pay income tax. Live free now.